Yo, what is up, YouTube? It's your boy Armand back again for E equals MCU, where we make everything MCU make sense. And this is a story that came out a few days ago. I just wanted to touch upon it. I was reading an article, and this news comes to us from the Illuminati. They broke the story, stating that they have sources that confirmed that the Marvel Studios Xmen production or reboot of the Xmen production has gone into production, and it's tentatively under the production name of The Mutants. And I thought this was an interesting post because, for a couple of reasons. One, usually when a Hollywood production goes into production, the name that they use for the production is usually something that's like way off. And what I mean by that is like when Spider-Man was shooting, I believe it was Far From Home or Homecoming, they had like a Seinfeld reference or something for the production name. And the reason why Hollywood studios do this is because a couple of reasons. One, everything has to be licensed under that production name. I mean, that's how they're getting all their equipment, everything that they need to function to do the production. And then two, it's also to throw off paparazzi and fans, because if you live in any of these cities where they're shooting and you see something that says, production for loaf of bread, you're just like, I've never heard of loaf of bread, whatever. And they're actually shooting Xmen or something. So, that's usually how it works. So I find this interesting because it doesn't specify, if this production name is the actual name that Marvel is going with, or if this is the actual name of, just the production. So, and the reason why I think that is interesting is because a few years ago, when Disney first purchased Fox, one of the high-ranking producers at Marvel Studios, which is Victoria Alonso, she's like, one of Kevin Feige's right-hand women or people, her and Louis D'Esposito, and she said that she thought that the X-Men name was outdated, and it was it was an interview she gave in reference to X-Men Dark Phoenix, and that whole thing with the line in there about it being called X-Women because it was more women on the team than men. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the actual title that they're going with, because you'll remember at the 2019 Comic-Con, I believe it was 2019, yeah, at the Comic-Con, when he said we don't have time to talk about the Fantastic Four, and we don't have time to talk about the mutants. And then, people lost their, collective brain for a minute. And then in the interviews and everything, they were trying to get clarification. Were you talking about Deadpool? You talking about the X-Men? And he was like, yeah, I mean, they all are mutants, so I'm grouping them all as mutants. But what you could be getting here is an actual film called The Mutants, where it may act as more of an origin, and there has been reports out there that they want to kind of handle the X-Men in a way that is kind of like with Harry Potter at Hogwarts. And the thing about Harry Potter, you had a lot of different characters at Hogwarts that you would see, and you basically saw all of those kids grow up. You saw them go from, little 10-year-olds to like, young teenage, or not even young teenagers, but older teenagers. And I think that's how they kind of want to handle the X-Men. So you'll probably get a lot of the X-Men characters, a lot of the deep X-Men characters, if they go about it doing it that way, to where like every time you see an X-Men movie or a Mutants movie, you can get anybody, almost anybody and everybody. Now, there were reports out there last year that they were looking at the team being very different from what Fox has done. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the people they were looking for the team was Cyclops, Marvel Girl, Thunderbird, Storm, and I got the article. I'll pull it up and put it on the screen. But there was a couple other people. I think it was Nightcrawler, but it wasn't Wolverine. It wasn't Rogue. It wasn't Gambit. It wasn't Colossus. It wasn't Beast. So a lot of people would like to see them do the original 5, or at least start that way. But it looks like they want to go a different route. And just for clarification, Marvel Girl is a different name for Jean Grey. I think that's what she went by before, was Marvel Girl. So they're gonna try to tell a different story and from a different angle. So it'll be interesting to see what they come up with. But anybody who knows me, if you've watched any of my videos, the reason why I'm a Marvel fan is because of Xmen, because I grew up on the 90s cartoon Xmen series, which then got me into the Xmen comics, and it kind of just went from there. So this is, out of everything that's coming, this is probably the thing that I'm the most excited for and excited about. But let me know how you guys feel about this down in the comment section. Do you like the name? Do you dislike the name? Do you just want it to be back to the X-Men? Like, don't mess with a good thing. It's brand recognition. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm out.